This episode, Trash Panda Off-Road, we're going to get the stuff we got from Trail Tough onto this motor. And maybe we'll get it sitting in the frame rails of the 94 Tracker. You guys remember from the previous videos in this series, went down to Trail Tough, picked up their unbreakable motor mounts, all the hardware that goes with that. The new machined flywheel, they're no longer using old ones, they just got brand new machined flywheels. The hole is bigger and it's lined up to fit in the back of the 2-liter. Pilot bushing, because the transmission shaft is not the same size. Since we're doing all that, we went ahead and bought a clutch kit. Right here, we'll go ahead and put that in there as well. So basically what we're going to do first thing is start tearing all this stuff off. And see, I can't even really tell if the pilot bushing's in there or not. I don't know. Alright, so we will take this clutch off and get a look under here and start putting the new flywheel on and the new clutch. Had to go ahead and bring the cherry picker engine hoist that I just got a little bit ago back in to get in here so as that this thing was not resting on the flywheel anymore. So okay, so it turns out this bad boy here and that little bushing I was worried about came out with the flywheel. So now we'll take this little bushing here, and I'm pretty sure it just slides right in there with a little bit of love. I think maybe I'll take a bolt with a nut on the end of it and use that to tap that all the way back down in there. This is what it looks like, all bolted up, Loctite, all in, good to go. I did also change the what that is, pilot bushing, or not pilot bushing, that's a pilot bushing, throw out bushing or thrust bushing or whatever, the bushing that goes on the clutch fork, that came with the kit, so I swapped that out too. So now we will go ahead and install the new clutch plate with this tool here, and then the plate, the backing plate, and then we can move on to motor mounts. Got that all on, lined up, ready to go. Everything works out just fine. Use the bolts that came with the 2-liter flywheel, everything for this part here. Other than that, easy peasy. Motor mounts, these are the Trail Tough unbreakable motor mounts. They have these spacers here because depending on what you're using it, 2.3, 2.0, or just even how it sits in there, you may need a little bit of a spacer to get that thing to fit. You can see here it's got a movable, got to tighten that up once you get it in there to hold that polyurethane or rubber bushing together. Real simple. Clean out all the holes, put some Loctite on the hardware that came with it, crank them down. Same thing on this side here. Notice the different shape. So they line up to the holes like so, and then we're going to crank it down. I believe these two holes right here are going to be where the clutch cable is going to run. I'm going to need those to bolt. I'm going to need those to bolt that down to that. So we'll get these back on. I think we're ready to try to get that thing in there. I was hoping to have this motor in tonight, but at the last possible moment, I changed my mind on power steering. So in order to get the power steering, take the reservoir from the 03 and the hoses from the 03, because this is obviously still the 03 pump. Then you have to take the high pressure lines from the 94 and put some bends in them, like so. And even now, I'm still not 100% sure that's going to reach to where I need it to. But we'll see. That's what they say you have to do. So on the inside of the rig, obviously you can't see a thing. Let me get a light. So on the inside of the rig here, had to put the power steering box in. So if you guys know how about switching over a Geo Tracker to power steering, this box here is a little longer, about 3 inches right there. And what that does is, obviously that's where the power steering stuff is. And thus you need a shorter shaft, which I have all those pieces in the shop. I just haven't gotten that far. So far I got this thing hooked back up. I'll put the shaft in tomorrow, and then hopefully I'll be able to put that motor in. A little bit of movie magic, and it's daytime again. Actually, it's a new day. I only work on these things for about 2.5 hours every afternoon when I get home from work. So you'll notice a lot of times in these videos it's daylight, then it's dark, then it's daylight, then it's dark, or especially now in the winter time. Anyways, I'm going to end this video here with the power steering installed. I have to figure out what I'm going to do for a radiator while I have everything out. I'm going to try to figure that out, and then I will put this motor in. Then we'll do wiring and all the little other things that need to be adjusted, and I'll hopefully record that stuff for you guys. Anyways, follow along, Trash Panda Off-Road on the Instagram. Please subscribe to the channel if this is something you're into. You want to learn more about Geo Trackers and Suzuki sidekicks. Other than that, guys, put your comments down below. I try to answer any questions that I get to the best of my ability, and I'll see you guys in the next one.